Oreo Original first rolled out of a Chelsea bakery in New York City back in 1912. These iconic dark cocoa discs sandwich a white vanilla cream that defined the childhood of an entire century. The texture delivers a satisfying, loud snap that transitions into a melting, sugary center. Each wafer features an intricate embossed floral wreath, a design that has remained remarkably consistent since the early days. Interestingly, Oreo wasn't the pioneer. A similar cookie called Hydrox launched 4 years earlier. However, Oreo's sweeter recipe and superior distribution eventually allowed it to dominate the market completely. The production involves a specific Dutch processed cocoa, giving the cookie its nearly black color and slightly bitter edge. Over the years, a cult-like twist, lick, dunk ritual emerged, turning a simple snack into a global performance. Its impressive shelf life made it a favorite item in care packages sent to soldiers overseas, cementing its status as a piece of home anywhere in the world. Surprisingly, despite the creamy center, the classic version is accidentally vegan in many regions. It remains the ultimate benchmark that every other snack flavor is measured against. Oreo Golden arrived in 2004 as the perfect peace offering for people who aren't obsessed with chocolate. This version swaps the dark cocoa for a buttery, vanilla-flavored wafer that tastes exactly like a homemade shortbread cookie. The scent is reminiscent of a fresh bakery, while the texture is slightly softer and more crumbly than the original. It uses the same classic cream filling, creating a double vanilla hit that feels lighter and less intense. The concept of a vanilla wafer was first tested in the 80 seconds, and later with the Uh-Oh Oreo vanilla cookie, chocolate cream. But the all-vanilla golden version proved to be the winning formula. The manufacturing process skips the heavy alkalized cocoa to maintain that pale, sun-baked aesthetic. It quickly became a favorite for pairing with hot tea rather than cold milk, finding a massive following in the UK. Some fans claim the golden wafer is actually crunchier because the lack of cocoa changes the dough's density. It's often used by professional bakers as a base for cheesecakes when they want a neutral, sweet crust. While it lacks the goth look of the original, it's currently the second best-selling permanent flavor in the lineup. Oreo Green Tea is a dominant player in the Asian market, particularly in China and Japan. The filling sports a vibrant, neon green hue that delivers an earthy, sophisticated bitterness thanks to real matcha powder. It balances the high sugar content of the cookie with a grassy, floral aroma that feels more like a dessert from a high-end tea house. Unlike the standard vanilla cream, this filling is less sweet and relies on the aromatic, slightly savory profile of matcha to cut through the sugar. This flavor was a strategic move to capture local palates that generally find Western snacks way too sweet. It's frequently used in Tokyo as a topping for shaved ice or blended into fancy frappes. Interestingly, the green tea version often comes in thin formats to emphasize its elegant, less filling profile. Food historians note that this was one of the first flavors to prove Oreo could successfully pivot from American nostalgia to global fusion. Travelers often hunt these down in airport duty-free shops as the ultimate edible souvenir. The flavor is so popular that it has inspired dozens of dupe recipes in home kitchens across the globe. Oreo Wasabi shocked the world in 2018 when it launched as a limited experiment exclusive to the Chinese market. The filling is a pale, deceptive green that looks like mint, but packs a sharp, sinus-clearing punch of Japanese horseradish. It creates a wild sensory conflict where the sweet, chocolatey wafer hits the tongue first, followed by a stinging heat. This wasn't meant to be a cozy snack. It was designed for the social media era, specifically to trigger viral challenge videos. The production involves a stabilized wasabi flavoring that maintains its pungency even after months on a shelf. In China, it was released alongside other savory experiments to see how far the sweet and salty trend could go. Most reviews from Western tasters compared the experience to eating chocolate-covered fire. Despite the polarizing taste, it's sold out almost instantly due to the sheer novelty of the combination. It remains one of the rarest finds for snack collectors today, often appearing on auction sites for 10 times its retail price. It remains one of the most notorious experiments in the brand's history. Oreo Hot Chicken Wing landed at the same time as the Wasabi version, forming a duo of savory chaos. The cream inside is a bright, warning label orange, formulated to mimic the vinegary tang and spice of buffalo sauce. It smells remarkably like a fast food kitchen, blending notes of fried poultry seasoning with the aroma of dark cocoa. The tech team worked to capture the umami sensation, which is incredibly rare for a mass-produced sandwich cookie. While it sounds like a prank, the flavor profile aims for a specific sweet and savory balance popular in many Asian street foods. It became an instant meme on Weibo, with users debating whether it was a culinary masterpiece or a crime against snacks. Some adventurous foodies actually crushed these up to use as a breading for real fried chicken, taking the concept full circle. It was never intended for a global rollout, making it a lost relic for those who didn't catch the initial wave. The most common feedback was that the flavor is hauntingly accurate to a chicken seasoning packet. It stands as a testament to the brand's willingness to get absolutely weird for the sake of engagement. Oreo Red Velvet is a sophisticated take on the classic Southern U.S. cake, first appearing as a seasonal treat in 2015. The wafers are a deep mahogany red, achieved through a blend of cocoa and specific coloring to mirror the velvet cake aesthetic. Instead of the standard filling, this one uses a tangy cream cheese frosting flavor that is noticeably smoother and richer. The aroma is a mix of buttermilk and chocolate, making it feel more like a gourmet pastry than a factory cookie. Unlike the original black wafers, which use alkalized cocoa, these require a specific processing method to retain their vibrant red color without turning brown. It was so popular during its initial run that fans started petitions to keep it on the shelves year-round. In the US, it's often associated with Valentine's Day, frequently packaged in heart-themed boxes. Unlike the experimental savory flavors, this one was designed for pure indulgence and Instagrammable aesthetics. Some fans swear by freezing them first to make the cream cheese center feel like real cheesecake. It's often cited by food critics as the best executed flavor transition in the brand's history. Oreo Birthday Cake launched in 2012 to celebrate the brand's massive 100th anniversary. The cream is stuffed with colorful confetti sprinkles and has a heavy, nostalgic scent of vanilla frosting and cake batter. It is significantly sweeter than the original, designed to mimic the sugar rush of a childhood party. The wafers come embossed with a special Oreo 100 candle design, making them a collector's item during the launch year. This version uses a double-stuffed quantity of cream to ensure the frosting experience dominates the chocolate. It was so successful that it moved from a limited anniversary edition to a permanent spot in the global lineup. Interestingly, the sprinkles in the cream have to be specially coated so they don't bleed color into the white filling over time. It has become a go-to ingredient for freak shakes and extreme dessert toppings across America. Many people claim it smells exactly like opening a box of funfetti cake mix. It's the ultimate guilty pleasure cookie, even by Oreo standards. Oreo Space Dunk is a high-tech, limited release flavor from 2024 that features a futuristic aesthetic. The filling is a dual-layered swirl of cosmic pink and blue marshmallow-flavored cream. Hidden inside that cream are popping candies that start fizzing and snapping the moment they hit the tongue. Each cookie features one of 5 galactic designs, including a telescope and an astronaut, plus a Stargate hole to peek at the colorful center. The popping candy technology requires a moisture-proof barrier to keep the sugar bubbles from exploding before you take a bite. It was launched with a massive campaign that even offered a chance for a fan to travel to the edge of space. The flavor is described as out of this world, though most people just compare it to very sweet cotton candy. It's one of the most visually striking cookies ever made, designed specifically to look good in TikTok videos. Despite the futuristic gimmick, the base is still the classic dark cocoa wafer everyone knows. It's a perfect example of how a 100-year-old brand stays relevant in the digital age.